Okay, guys, this one's about spirituality. Spirituality is a big one. It actually means everything to me. It's the reason why I'm still alive, or else I probably would have offed myself. But knowing what I know about spirituality, if I offed myself, I would just exist on a different plane. So, offing yourself is. You can't destroy yourself. You didn't create yourself. You can not destroy yourself. Um, you will always exist. I don't know which form you will exist in. I do know this is, excuse me, this is probably my last life. I believe we get to choose after we die if we want to come back. I think I've had enough. I think I've earned it. This is my last life. So, what I wanted to say about spirituality is I'm a firm believer in God. You can call it a higher power. You can call it the source. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I mean, God gets a bad rap. The title of God gets a bad rap, like God, because it's like this dude in the sky. I don't believe God is male or female. I believe it's um, half and half, divine male and divine female energy. Um, I only believe, I say he because I'm a male, so I only know from my perspective. I can only see things through my perspective, so I might say he. But anyway, so before the Big Bang happened, there was this like concentration of matter, and then it exploded, and then it was energy, and then matter. Basically, I believe that matter, like this T-shirt, is just energy vibrating, and that energy is a conscious, it's conscious energy. Like it has a purpose, like it has a consciousness, like we do. Like all I know is consciousness, so all I'm expected other things to have is consciousness. Why would I expect something other energy? I'm just energy vibrating too, but I'm alive. It's a little different. So I'm gonna go off topic here and kind of around because I don't, it's hard for me to say. I'm recording this not knowing what the hell I'm going to say about spirituality. So anyway, the Big Bang happened. We were singular. We were a singular universe. Like everything that's has happened and that's going to happen was created, was packed in this one little thing, and then it exploded, and then the earth was created, humans were created. That's where we're at now. Humans are a very special creation, but I don't think we're the only creation that's special. I do think there's other creations in the universe that we help God see himself through our actions and our eyes. Like we help God, we help God, we further God in um, God's quest to, just experience everything there is to possibly experience. So we as humans we're having a human experience. We're experiencing all this, this joy, this heartbreak. Our experience is very, very rich. So God is getting a lot out of our experience. So we are doing a very nice service for God, and in turn, God's going to give us eternal life. We've always had eternal life. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. We know this. So when we die, I don't think of that as a finality. I think of that as a transformation. Like we'll lose our bodies and we might lose our minds, and then we're just pure energy. And pure energy is positive. In my opinion. It's that feeling you get when everything's just like going so well in your life, or maybe you're on drugs, or like you just feel so good. You're just so positive. Like that's what pure energy is. That's what I firmly believe. Right now, things are going really well for me. Uh, I just finished my first week of work. I'm on some good meds. I'm sleeping well. Got my little coffee. The Patriots are losing, but anyway. So anyway, that's what God is. God is just pure energy. It's always been here. It always will be. It creates multiple universes. There are multiverses. Every black hole is like maybe another universe, like, but I don't think there's a necessity for another human experience. So there's beings probably on other planets experiencing different things. You know, the higher the being is, the more joy it experiences and the less suffering it experiences. I think the lower the being, I think humans are probably in the middle of like beings. Like we're not too super high, but we're not super low. We've literally climbed out of the primordial ooze, and like we've, you know, I think that 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 evolution shows God. Like it's like a plan. Like evolution is like people say, oh, evolution like disproves God, like, you know, but no, I think it proves God. Like there's like a plan, you know, there's a plan in place. Like anyone that studies evolution will tell you that. Like it's like it's not random, you know, and so yeah, there's a lot of people who believe in God that also believe in evolution that write about it. I don't have the books with me, but I've read a lot of books about spirituality too, kind of some woo woo stuff. So anyway, I believe that God is this everlasting energy that's always been, that always will be, and it's trying to create different experiences for itself. So it's in order to create different experiences, it has to put itself into matter, which is what it's not. So basically, matter is like the opposite of energy, kind of on a spiritual level. So we are experiencing self in the body, which it's hard to have a body. As we all know, the body is not always good to us. So, um, so matter is kind of the opposite of energy, even though it's like it's energy that's just vibrating at certain levels. That's why people are like, "Oh, he's got a good vibe," or "They got a good vibe," because literally their energy might be vibrating at like a different, you know, different levels. You know, I'm a mellow guy. I've got a good vibe, you know, and my energy is vibrating at a certain level, you know. So anyway, I believe in Jesus. I believe that Jesus. I believe we are all the sons and daughters of God. I don't believe that Jesus was any more special, except he knew it fully. Like he always knew it. Like he came down, he was born knowing that he was the son of God. And he lived his life knowing that he's the son of God. I believe we were all the sons and daughters of God. Jesus made a choice to die. I believe that all all human experiences need to be experiences. All choices need to be made. And there's like 6 billion people alive today, and we're all making different choices, and that's all beautiful and great. But God made the choice to die, and I think that was a very important choice because we don't need to choose that anymore. There's only one martyr. Like he was a martyr for God. Like he had to choose to die, and he knew that from an early age. And Jesus knew that from an early age, and he chose to die. And therefore, nobody has to choose to die. Nobody has to choose to suffer. We suffer. Suffering is an important part of life. There's people who say that suffering and love are our greatest teachers. I've suffered a lot, and I think it's like an elastic band where if you suffered a lot, suffer, you can also love very much. Your capability of love, it makes you a deep person. Like I'm fucking deep. I am. I'm just gonna say it. Like I'm a deep dude. Like I know I'm a deep thinker. Like I think a lot about shit, and people like to be around that. I think, but because I'm not gonna crush your opinion, like, but and I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna call myself a Christian. I call myself a Christian when it's necessary. Like I believe in Jesus. I don't believe it's necessary to call myself a Christian, um, because all religions are valid in a lot of ways. But I believe that Jesus, you know, was born just like the rest of us, but he knew from an early age. His intuition told him he was going to have to make a choice to die. And he made that choice. And we don't, it's the greatest thing about Jesus is he did it for us. Like he sacrificed his life so that we can live, you know, and not choose to die. There are people that choose to die these days for causes, but it's unnecessary. Like Jesus already did it. Don't be a martyr. suffering there's no getting around suffering. Like, I'm sorry, like, people need to suffer, but if you're suffering unnecessarily, if you're choosing to suffer, like, I've seen people do that, like, you're not doing yourself or God or anybody else any favors. If you choose to die, like, Jesus has already done that. And the thing about suicide is, like, it's so permanent. I mean, like, nothing's permanent, but you can't really come back here in the same circumstances. Everything needs to be recreated for you, which can happen, but you don't really want to. So suicide is so permanent. In this, I'm talking about as a human experience, not in the realm of all things. Um, it's so permanent. Like, you never know what's around the next corner. Like, I've wanted to die. I've wanted to kill myself. If I had a gun under my bed, I probably would have pulled the trigger. I was feeling so bad, so hopeless. I didn't think anything. And look at me now. I mean, hey, look at me now. I'm fucking great. No, I'm working a job. I got a girl. Like, she's coming from the Philippines, which is another whole thing that I'm taking a risk, but man, it's seeming to pay off. I can't wait till she comes. Everything's going great with that. She's getting her visa on the 25th. Then all that's left it will be is for me to be to buy her a plane ticket. Yeah. Okay. Mom, could you take my stuff out? You got it. Okay. Well, that's about it in spirituality. If you have any questions, let me know. That's basically what I believe. That matter is energy. Energy is God, but it's conscious. It's conscious energy. It's not just random. It's kind of like us. It's just like art. Like, God is like humorous and funny, and you know, God is the Alpha and the Omega. It's everything. It's everything that ever was and ever will be. So that's what I believe. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear your thoughts on spirituality. But that's you know the brief history of everything in a nutshell. All right, bye.